the matter?
What is happening in Rivers State is a manifestation of the greed of power and the attendant relish of African leaders to cling to power no matter what. Tenure elongation is a common thing in African political system, where we see presidents changing the constitution and making themselves life presidents. We have seen that in always everywhere in Africa, where we see where boys come in with military coups and say that they want to make things right, and then turn to civilians and perpetuate themselves in power. We have examples everywhere. Here in Nigeria, of course, we are part of the African political system, and we learn very fast. And if not that the Constitution of the Federal Republic is so definite about the tenure of governors and the president, we would have had this kind of scenario at the national and state level. But thank goodness that we have, Constitution states a matter of factly that you can only have maximum of 2 tenures. Now, when you come to the local government level, what we have there is a chaotic situation. The Constitution is silent on some matters, and the Constitution did not explicitly state the tenure of the local government. It was left for the state legislative arms to decide on. And that was, I think, a fatal mistake on the part of the Nigerian Constitution. The Nigerian Constitution, having recognized local government as the third tier of government, should have also included provisions for it seriously in the Constitution. But somehow, I don't know, because maybe it was the military that gave that Constitution, it was, omitted. But it's surprising that 25 years down the line, where we have not been able to actually articulate, because this issue has been on for a very long time. For example, in states like Anambra, I don't think they have elected constitutionally elected local government chairman for running almost 15 years now, or 16 years. I don't think they've had that. During Peter Obi's time, he ran with transition government. Willie Obanyo continued it. Now, Professor Charles Oludo has continued it. In fact, he just sent a list yesterday to the Houses of Assembly. So it has been established as a norm. Now, in Rivers State, what is happening there? There are 2 sites. There are intricate processes there. And from the happenings in Rivers State recently, from last year, where Siminalayi Fubara, the governor, and his godfather, Nyesom Wike, have been having running battles, across loyal lines. For example, the 21 out of the 23 local governments, from whatever body language and constructions, are loyal to Nyesom Wike, and only 2. We saw that also in the House of Assembly members, where it was split in the middle. We also saw it in the Executive Council. So it has been a hotbed of political rhetorics in the last 6 months. And what is happening now is a manifestation of that too. Probably because of also what the governor said, that, he gave the statistics that 85% of states in Nigeria are operating with transition chairman. That's what explains exactly why he did not conduct election. Because he was supposed to, he knew that the tenure of the chairman will expire this June. You had 3 months or even 2 months to conduct elections. So why did he conduct elections around March or April? He deliberately did not, convene an election because he had in the back of his mind that he also will use transitional council chairman, and that's what has happened. On the other hand, the judiciary has been putting us in trouble recently because judges just make some kinds of statements, and I don't see some of them that have been sanctioned seriously. I think some of these judges should be sanctioned. How can you play with the Constitution or with the laws of a state where we say that the council chairman have tenure of 3 years, and now a judge is giving judgment that their tenure should be elongated, even by 1 minute? Even by 1 day, the judge has no powers to do that. He can only solve the situation and say, okay, maybe give the governor a timeline or a time frame to make sure that he conducts election. Because the local government chairman are political leaders. The people who run the local government are the civil servants. The same thing at the state and federal level. So if your tenure is expired, you go. And I align with the governor when he said that if this precedent is set in Rivers, other governors will copy it. So we'll not only end as transition chairman, but we'll also have people who will now elongate their tenure in office by going to court to get all kinds of flimsy judgments or injunctions. And so this is a very serious crisis in Nigeria which we have to look critically into.
But Ambrose, the local government or the former local government chairmen are complaining of the fact, are saying that the extension was sanctioned by the House of Assembly under the former Speaker, and that it still stands.
From my knowledge, I didn't see or hear when the former House of Assembly actually passed a new law. Because this is law. We are talking about law. We are not talking about being sanctioned by press conferences or by press releases or by interviews on television or by having some nocturnal meetings at night and making proclamations. No, that is not what we are talking about. We are talking about the law. This is not about even party politics where you can make statements and come up with resolutions. No, this is law. So for it to take place, there must have been a change of the law in Rivers State to say tenure elongation is allowed, and which is not even coming. So far the Rivers State law does not have that. Then whatever these local government chairmen who are competent at tenure are saying, it doesn't hold water.
The State Assembly, the previous one led by Martin Ameule, had extended it as a result of the fact that the governor did not put in place a budgetary provision for the election. That was why they decided, in their own wisdom, to elongate the tenure of this local government chairmen who have been voted out.
I don't think they changed the law, because that's what I've said was just pronouncements. Because before you do this you must change the law. The entire law of that local government election law, whatever it is, whatever you call it in your state, must pass through the process of amendment and change. It's not by making pronouncements. And in this kind of thing, Martin Ameule and all those people, they don't even have the right to do that. Because we are in a crisis situation. What of appropriate budget? The budgets are appropriated. When you don't have budget for this, you can make available some other budgetary allocation. They what's called supplementary budget. So Ameule is just being clever by half. If you know that it's not in the budget, but they can budget other things that are not captured in 2024 budget. But when it comes to supplementary budget for election, they say they won't do that. They want to elongate tenure. So these are just petty politics that is going on there. It does not hold intellectual rigor in reasoning to come to that, because the House of Assembly has powers to do supplementary budget. So this argument is infantile.
Okay. So there's this saying that when two elephants